Are you going to be starting your first full-time job and you're going to be dressing business casual, or are you just looking for a way to revamp or update your workwear wardrobe? Then you come to the right place. Hi, my name is Megan and I'm going to be sharing with you ways that you can build your work wardrobe and also some tips on how to shop sustainably. So I've been working in higher education for about 3 years now and do go into the office Monday through Friday. So I've built up quite a bit of office wear and also have been developing my own personal style within that over time. So my first tip for you is understanding the workplace rules. So very simple, but that does matter because that lets us know the range and what options you have when it comes to styling. Some places are very strict about what they mean for business casual. For instance, I've worked in an institution where we were allowed to wear sneakers, but we weren't allowed to have sleeveless tops. I've worked in places where such things as like cargo pants were okay. And so it's really going to depend on where you work, what those rules are. So you want to find out those things. What are the rules? What are the parameters of the type of clothing that I can wear? Can I wear sleeveless? Strangely enough, I've definitely seen some people showing their workplace outfits and they're wearing crop tops. Not sure what type of environment they work in, but again, you just want to go ahead and make sure that you're understanding what that looks like. Are you okay to just wear a t-shirt? Can you wear jeans, or are jeans just reserved for Fridays? What does that look like? So first you want to go ahead and make sure you understand what your workplace rules are. And then now we have a foundation of where we can play around with that. Number two is going to be thinking about your job function. So now that we know what the rules are, now we want to see, okay, but what's practical for me to wear given my role? Like I said, I work in education, so I tend to work more in an environment that's a little bit more relaxed. I tend to maybe do a lot of walking and talking with students and things like that. So I'm going to be looking for comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes that do make me look elevated, but not weighed down, stuffy, or anything like that. So figure out if you're someone who's going to be walking a lot, maybe you're going to opt for sneakers if your environment lets you wear that. Or if you're not allowed to wear sneakers, then flats. With that, are you able to wear open-toed shoes, or is it closed-toed only? And so we want to consider all those things because we have sandals, we have ballet flats, we have loafers, there's kitten heels. So we want to think about your function. Kitten heels may be nice, but if you do a lot of walking, maybe that's not going to be the best because your feet could be hurting and you don't want to have blisters. Or if you're someone that's more sedentary in your role and you're sitting at a desk and the furthest you go is to the restroom or to go on a coffee break, then kitten heels could be perfect for you. It makes sense, in your role. So you want to define that. Those two things are simple. Now that those things are out the way, let's move on to point number 3, getting into building a foundation. So this is kind of where that capsule wardrobe idea comes in. And the thing about a capsule wardrobe is that it's different for every single person. So it's really hard to say what should be in your capsule wardrobe. But I do want to share some things that I personally feel like I have that's in my foundation and my basics that you might want to go ahead and start with because it could be helpful for you as well. When you think about your work wardrobe, the typical items that come to mind is probably like a button down, a pencil skirt, some type of trousers, and heels and a blazer. And don't get me wrong, those are really great items to wear, especially if we're thinking about business casual. However, that's very predictable, can be a little bit boring and stuffy, and again, depending on your environment, it just may not make the most sense. So for me, I like to mix in elements of that and just give myself variety to kind of play around. Some days I like to be more dressed up than others, and sometimes I like to be a little bit more casual, and I like to have a spew of work essentials that allow me to do that. So something that I have in my foundations are going to be things like bodysuits, whether that's a tank bodysuit or one that has sleeves. So bodysuits, because they can be dressed up and down. I do like to have button downs, but for me, instead of having like the traditional like fitted slim button down, I opt for an oversized, something that I can tuck in if I would like, but most times I like to wear those open. So we're gonna have a button down. You can also have a t-shirt if you're not a biggest fan of bodysuits. That's completely fine as well. Another thing I like to have is tanks. So I haven't necessarily worked in a work environment where we're able to just wear sleeveless tops like where I am now. I go out to lunch, it's fine, but I'm wearing a cardigan on top. So next up would be having a cardigan. So definitely something cutesy that is being functional because you're covering up your arms. Maybe it's cold in your work environment, but also it's cute and it's adding another layer of style to your wardrobe. Then, maybe you don't want to do cardigan. On some days, you want to play up maybe a blazer. I'd have a blazer in my rotation as well. Sometimes blazer just gives like boss energy. And I always feel like you want to dress for the role that you want to have. And for me, I tend to look younger and all that stuff. So when I really am like presenting, I like to wear a blazer. I like to have that in my rotation. So I'm definitely going to have a blazer in there. The top that I find fun in a work wardrobe is something that's very just like pretty and feminine. So this can be some form of a blouse. I have skimmed away from the blouses that are very like ruffly and frilly. I thought that's what I needed to wear in business casual, and that's fine if that's what you like, but I found that that's not really my personal style. I don't really like things that come up high and stuff like that. So I'm talking more about like just kind of like maybe like sleeveless tops that have like a pattern or some type of texture, but just like cutesy tops that you're excited to wear, something that's just not as simple and plain as a t-shirt or a bodysuit that you can throw in that gives you a little bit more fun. Moving on to bottoms. So with bottoms, you don't have to stick to one type of pant. It does not have to be that boring. If your workplace allows you to wear jeans, I definitely recommend having some jeans in your rotation. I think I am allowed to wear jeans whenever, but I personally just like to wear them on Fridays. I just think it just makes most sense. And honestly, I don't really see anyone else in my office wearing jeans on any other day than a Friday. So that's another thing to pay attention to. It's kind of like, what is the vibe? We're not trying to copy everyone else, but we can use them as like, guidelines to kind of just help, right? So jeans, I would keep them like a nice wash. They don't have to be dark, but just nothing too distressed and probably no holes. But again, that's going to depend on your workplace. But generally speaking, that's going to be safe. And then for trousers, there's so many different types of trousers, and this is where I have a lot of fun with my pants. So the first pair of pants that are in my kind of wardrobe essential is gonna just be like a straight leg trouser. I have been obsessed with that look. I thought that I couldn't wear trousers like that because I'm short, but I've learned that you just need a bit of tailoring in the right shoe to make it work. So I love a straight leg trouser. It just adds something different. Pair that with literally any of the tops that we mentioned, and you have a fit. Then another pair of pants that I really like is linen pants. Now I know these are seasonal, so spring and summer, okay, we're wearing linen, not so much in the winter, but when it is spring and summer, I am wearing my linen pants out to death, okay? Like I am just a linen girly. I have striped linen pants, I have pink linen pants, black. I have like a white, like tie waist one. I love linen. And the fun thing about linen pants is that they can come in any shape. So you can find a straight pair of linen pants. I have that, but I also have some linen pants that are tapered and tie. So that would be the next type of pant, like a tapered pant. I think that's good to have as well. That shows off like your ankle, your foot. If you just want to have like a little bit less volume at the bottom of your fit, like maybe you have more going on up top, a tapered pant is great for that as well. So a tapered pant. So the last type of pant that I would also like that I'm actually still searching for myself, it's kind of like a fun pant that like teeters on the line of like, is this business casual, but like she's kind of making it. And I've seen so much of like these like cargo pants that are made of like kind of like the crepe material to insert a picture, but like they're like the shape of cargos, but they're straight leg pants, but they're kind of made out of like a nice, like dressed up material. And I have been looking for some of those, and that would make the perfect kind of like fun pant that's like cargo pants. So you're kind of breaking the rules per se, but it's also like dressed up, and wearing that with like a bodysuit or something like that would just look so nice. So that would be like my extra like bonus pant. And so then the last bottom that leaves us with is skirts, and this is an area that I definitely want to explore more of. I want like a nice like linen skirt, but the ones that I find have been like a little bit see-through. But a skirt that I do have and love to wear is my black satin skirt. If I could go back, I actually would go for like a cream or like nudie color over the black, just because sometimes the black is so limited that you feel like you can only wear it with dark colors, and I have a lot of light colors in my closet, and I think a nude or beige color would really suit me better. So Either way, though, I love the black satin skirt. I've worn it with sneakers, I've worn it with flats, with a kitten heel, and it just looks nice and you can dress it up so many ways. So I would definitely recommend having that in your closet as well. Tip number 4 is as simple as thinking about your own personal style. Again, this kind of just goes back into what I mentioned in points number 3 about my recommended pieces for you. I think that in general, those are really good pieces to consider in your work wardrobe. But again, as I was mentioning through those, my personal style comes into that. You don't have to wear what falls into the standard business casual or workwear attire. You should try to find your personal style and let that show up for you at work as well. Think about colors. You don't have to dress in blacks, whites, and neutrals and navies for the work environment. Again, it does depend on where you work, but a lot of places are more lenient now. So if you're someone who likes to dress in color, definitely experiment. My favorite color is pink, and I have been thoroughly enjoying wearing that more. So I've been wearing like light pinks, light blues, like greens, especially as we're in spring. I find that I really like to wear those colors, and there's nothing wrong with wearing that. And all you have to do is make sure that you have a wardrobe that is conducive to all those colors. And one thing that I've been looking at lately is the color wheel. It really helps kind of show like what colors kind of go together. And if you are someone that likes color, but maybe you don't want to be too bold in the workplace, or maybe you're worried about it sticking out too much and you don't have anything to match it with or something like that, try to go for a lot more neutral pieces, kind of like how I mentioned with the black skirt. If I want to wear a pink top, I don't necessarily want to wear that black skirt because that contrast is so high. And that's a whole other section of like fashion that I've been learning more about with like colors and stuff like that. If the satin skirt was like a beige or a brown, that looks a lot nicer together than the stark contrast of the black and pink, in my opinion. So those are things to consider as well. You do not have to be afraid of color. Think about what it is you like. Are you someone that leans more into casual? Are you someone that leans more into dressy? Do you want to have more blazers? For me, I'm good with having about 2 or 3 blazers. They're not something that I reach for often, but I like to have them. But if that's what you like, if you like slim fitting button downs, I said that they weren't something that I wanted. But if that's something that you like, you should have that. So think about what it is you like to wear, what you feel confident in, and make sure that that is incorporated into your wardrobe. All right, so now that we finished off with our tips, I do want to share some of my favorite places to shop and how I've been able to try to shop a lot more sustainably as of lately. So for office wear, there's not like one store that you need to go to. You kind of can go any and everywhere. It just depends on, again, your job function, your workplace rules, and stuff like that. So some of the places I go to the most for office wear is going to be Abercrombie and Fitch, as well as like H&M. I have found so many great basics there. For Abercrombie, I get so many bodysuits from there. I do love the Abercrombie bodysuits because they have cotton ones. So I get 100% cotton, great quality. They're a natural fiber, and they have so many different colors and different styles. So I love to get my bodysuits from Abercrombie. They also have a lot of different trousers there. I have some linen pants from there, and also some other like kind of like crepe material pants, and they just look really nice and are comfy. And I love the different like short, regular, and long options for people that need different lengths. And they also have the curve love sizes as well. So if you're someone who's a little bit more hippie or has more of a butt, then you might benefit from shopping Curve Love, the sizing that I go with as well. H&M is really great for like affordable basics. You can actually find like quite a bit of clothing at H&M made of natural fibers. Like you'll find things that are 100% linen. You can find things that are 100% cotton as well. And so I love sifting through there, like for oversized button-ups, linen pants, even some blazers. And sometimes if you're just looking for anything that's more affordable and you're not necessarily looking for anything sustainable, H&M is still a great place overall to really just step foot into your office wear attire, because they have like everything that you need and it's not terribly expensive at all. Very reasonable. You can get cardigans, button-ups, t-shirts, trousers, and they're really great for that. So H&M is great whether you're trying to shop natural fibers or not, but they do have options for that, which I love. Another place would be Aritzia. It's a little bit more pricey, but I do like some choice items from them. So I've gotten, like I mentioned before, some bodysuits. They have like simple kind of plain bodysuits, different colors as well. There's a lot of blazers and different trousers. Two of my favorite trousers, the agency pants from Aritzia. I love them so much. I think they are my favorite trouser. They just fit so nicely. And I know everyone raves about the effortless pant from Aritzia, but it's all about the agency pant. And shout out to the Aritzia girl that was working there that showed me those when I was looking to try on the effortless pant. And if you're not someone who's into a lot of pleats, the agency pant is perfect. It's like a slim fit. It's just too good. A few other places would be Target. Target has really been stepping up their game and having variety. I walk through Target and see lots of blazers, workwear pants, and then of course they have your basics there. Like I just bought some tank tops the other day from Target that I'm using as layering pieces, wearing cardigans over them and stuff like that. And then of course we have like our OGs. I consider Old Navy and Gap. They have great tops and work pants as well, and they can be of affordable prices as well. Gap can be a little bit more pricey, but I did just buy some amazing cardigans from Gap, 100% cotton. Chef's kiss. I love them. I have been wearing them literally every single day to work. Just throw them on. They go with everything. And so I love those. So Gap is another great place. And then lastly, I'll mention Banana Republic. And those are actually all like in the same umbrella: Gap, Old Navy, and Banana Republic. Banana Republic can be a little more expensive as well, but you can catch some things on sale. I know I have a trench coat from there that's 100% cotton. They have lots of different like linen dresses and pants and stuff like that. And they do also have options to then like short, regular, long lengths, which is really great as well. All right, y'all. So that's all that I have to share for you today. I hope that you found this helpful. On my Instagram, I share my work OOTDs all the time. And so I like to post about that daily on there. So if you're just looking for quick daily inspiration, definitely go follow me on Instagram and hang out over there. And also use my LTK that's linked in the description below for any links to certain like items. I'm always trying to provide links if possible if you want to shop some of the same items that I have that I'm putting in my workwear wardrobe. But if you have any questions or comments and like videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments. Give this video a like, go ahead and subscribe. And I hope to bring more content like this in the near future. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Mwah.